Hello guys, here's my review of the Ozark Trail multi-tool. If I can get it out. So this is my the first day I got this. This is sold exclusively in Walmart, the Multiforce type. It is basically a lookalike to the Wave Plus. I read quite a few reviews, online videos claiming that this is stealing from Wave. I don't believe that's stealing. I mean, who owns the patent of a plier? Or I don't see that something that's a know-how or a patented thing of Leatherman implemented here. I mean, I don't think that a couple of rivets here constitutes intellectual right. So anyway, so I got this and I'm really confused about what to do with it, whether to return it or to keep it. It seems very sturdy. It seems on at least on the first look, it seems well made. There are plenty of useful things, like this knife, locking with that little dimple there. Press the dimple, release. It seems to be very sharp. The steel itself seems very strong. I don't know. It has here's the tools that it has. You open the file here. That's a diamond file. Let me see if I can focus here. Yep, diamond coated file. Seems to be not too aggressive, but well made. A review noticed that this edge is raised. I don't have the same on my tool. This seems to be very aggressive. This edge here, I don't find a use for it. How would you use that? Under what circumstance would you use that here? I mean, I don't know. So that's also locking with the same principle. This little dimple right here, and that releases it back. That's the serrated blade. Now that looks interesting. See how they left those little burrs? Now to me that was kinda disappointing. I mean, it looks like pretty much a cosmetic thing. Looks like a cosmetic thing. It doesn't look like... I don't know. They could have done a better job with that. They could have done a better job cleaning that burr here. I mean, to me it just looks... I don't know. $40. That's what it costs, and you won't find it easy. I mean, I found few items in a local Walmart, and then I couldn't buy it. You need to go to probably your guns and ammo section or sports section. I like those notches here. The original Wave doesn't have them. At the same time, the corners here, the corners are about smooth. So this is not, come on, focus. See, like this little bevel, it's not sharp. It's not 90 degrees. So You really need to stick the meat of your finger there and pull it out. Looks well made, frankly speaking. I don't know. I mean, the first thing I opened it and I noticed this burr here, it just screamed sloppy job, man. It's just, but at the same time it is thick, it is sturdy. The steel itself feels nice. This can be used for hammering stuff. It's not one single piece of metal. Let me show you. So that's the frame, and over the frame you see this thing that goes all around, and this, and see how thick that is. It's not the thickest of them all, and that's what supports the pliers. And also the other thing, the pliers, no spring at all. So how expensive it is to put a spring inside on a $40 tool. I mean, not that I'm hung up on the spring itself, but it would have been just nice to have a spring there. This recess here for crimping, that was an absolute necessity for me. Also on a multi-tool, I really need the jaws of the pliers to meet well. I really need needle nose pliers. And here the cutting area, if you see, that kind of passes each other, passes the two sides. So let me show you. That's the other tool that's on the market, and this is a little bit cheaper. This is the Gerber suspension NXT, and that's sold in Home Depot. It has springs on the pliers. It has springs that keep it open. But if you look at how it cuts, those edges that practically cut, they just meet in the middle. They just meet very well in the middle. The suspension is a little bit thicker if you compare the two. Maybe they look the same. I don't know. To me, the suspension looks a little bit thicker. Focus, you. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Suspension is a little bit bigger, a bit longer and wider. But if you compare the two, this seems to be a little bit thicker. Yep. The Multiforce seems a little bit thicker. It's both are definitely cumbersome to keep them in your pocket. This has a tendency to snag on a lot of places, but at the same time, it has a very sturdy spring. It locks itself. There is a phenomenal amount of play. I mean, the play here is much less, but the biggest advantage of this tool is, of the Walmart version, is this. Now you can get this, and this is the Klein Milwaukee format, and you can put practically, they're selling different types of those, like they're selling charade valve removers, charade valve core removals, or different types of different types of, of bits. um, this looks like the smallest one. Yep, 3/16. So this looks small, and in the package you have also this extension that allows you to put it in, and you have an extended reach a little bit. Plus, you can, if you need more leverage, you can put it like this. This is friction based. There is no magnet inside, and that thing, that little ball, keeps it from falling, as well as here that little ball keeps it from falling, but at the same time you have also a magnet inside. Those are pretty inexpensive, so you can really get them everywhere. They're selling them in Home Depot, or you can get them online. That's how it unlocks. That's on this side. On this side you have a knife. Let's see, how big is this? Not really 3 inches, or maybe they're 3 inches. Well, definitely the cutting area is slightly less. 7 centimeters. But it seems to be a well-made tool. I mean, few things could have been done better, but again, few other things are just unparalleled, like having full-size bit here. That's huge. That's huge thing to have, and that opens quite a lot of possibilities of adding different extensions, different bits. So to me, that's a must. Also, the cutting principle here, I also like their needle nose, that they are not extremely sharp here. I know to some people who use it as a reamer tool, that might be a concern. Frankly, not for me. I don't really care for that. The other thing, can opener, and this little edge, you can use it to open the insulation, to cut the insulation, from a cable. That looks phenomenally well. You can see other videos online how people do it. Just put the cable in here, press it against the body, and rotate and pull. Very good. Again, lockable. Locking, this can be used for opening packages. I really like this, although I don't really know why nobody copied, or at least tried to implement something like this that's on the suspension NXT. So that's a bottle opener and a can opener, and a screwdriver on top. To me, that's an ingenious design. I really liked it on the Gerber. I really like this one, although it seems uncomfortable and to some extent not well thought out. Like, who made those recesses here? Why would they make recess here? That's really counterintuitive. I mean, if you put a lot of force, probably this is the area where it would fail. But again, this is a very sturdy, very sturdy tool. No issues with it. Where with the pliers here, The pliers on the Walmart tool are kind of, I mean, it feels like I can break them with my hand. I mean, I don't have particularly strong hands, but once I press it, it just flexes and bends a little bit. It's definitely a strong tool. I mean, god damn it. Yeah. No, maybe I misspoke here. Seems like sturdy thing. It's definitely not over-engineered. I mean, if you have stronger hands, then maybe you would be able to break it. I don't really know. Anyways, this is a very good thing that it has a crimping tool. Not a lot of multi-tools have that, as well as this little recess here. This allows you to also use the pliers as strippers, so it's pretty good. What else it has? Let me see. So we already said it has the opener. It has flathead screwdriver. That's it is thick and sturdy. It can be definitely used for can openers. There is no play between any of the tools. And then the scissors. Those do look exactly like waves, don't they? And then let me show you the scissors on the Gerber NXT. Open one hand. Whoop. Yep. This is definitely beefier and stronger. I wouldn't trust to cut metal with this one, although it is, the spring is good. It's still beefy, but if I was cutting metal sheet, I would definitely trust the Gerber. So, I don't know. But at the same time, how much would you really cut metal sheets with those scissors? Okay. So we said scissors, can opener, screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, bit and bit holder, pliers, crimper, stripper. What else? Okay, let's close that. And then on the other hand, we have a file here. I mean a saw. I didn't show you guys the saw. So the saw is bidirectional. All the saws are done that, from Victorinox through Gerber through Leatherman. It's a pretty good saw. Let's see how big it is. Yep. Slightly less than 3 inches. Actually, the cutting depth would be 2 3/4. Again, locking. It looks phenomenally good. Very springy, very tight, no play whatsoever. So knife, serrated blade. Hook. Now this pouch, I couldn't really figure out how to put that, because it's made like this. Seems to be a little bit in the way when you're putting it in. Then wouldn't you want this clip to go in, but then it covers the button there. So it's not the best design of all, I can tell you that. but it fits. You can't fit other bits here, although you have a little bit of space here, but it is a very good pouch. And the best thing of all, it has this clip. It's not just the loop that you have to unhook, you have to take out your entire belt, but that clip just allows you to take it out of your belt and leave it somewhere else. This thing, I really like it, but it doesn't have a saw. It doesn't have a dedicated the suspension NXT. I really like it, but it doesn't have a dedicated saw, a dedicated serrated blade. It has a serrated and straight integrated into one. I really like the scissors. I really like the combination of this tool. Opener that could be used as package opener, can opener, little screwdriver. I really like the this design of the stripper, the cable stripper, and how thick this is. This could be really used both as a flathead screwdriver and as a pry tool. They lock, each one of those tools lock and can be unlocked with those, or if you lock it up, then you can just start lifting one and it moves the locking plate down. Very good design. I really like that design. I really like how convenient, cheap most of all it is, how reliable. Now I put quite a lot of torsion on this screwdriver and I didn't see even a mark on it. Yep, focus. That's phenomenal screwdriver. Although and it's a square, I believe they also sell an extender here that you can utilize. I didn't look online. I didn't look hard enough online to say that it has the O without a hole on it, but the O is really good. Small file, and that's a very aggressive file. And a small ruler. That is practically the pry tool. That is definitely beefier than the other flathead screwdriver. Plus you have a bit more grip here. Alright, so basically that's it. This is definitely not a very convenient one to have it in your pockets. It can be a little rough on the hands when you're squeezing tight, but again, it is so sturdy. The pliers are really well made, and it is so sturdy. It just gives you just makes you trust it. So I don't know, I really like this one, the suspension NXT, the Gerber suspension NXT. It seems like better built, but at the same time the lack of dedicated serrated blade and the lack of saw just makes it a little bit insufficient for me. Plus it's a little bit beefier down there, so it takes from your pocket, from normal jeans pocket, it takes, see, close to 2 inches space out of it, so you can't really slide your hand in your pocket without snagging somewhere onto those exposed parts. Like here, you see, those are really easy to snag on. The Walmart Ozark trails seem to be more in line, more what we're used to seeing from Leathermans and so on. more kind of in a package, in a nice tidy package, that you don't have too many things that can snag on. Like all the corners have been polished, have been edged off and deburred. So I don't know, probably I think this would be a keeper. I really like the blade. The blade is much bigger than the other budget model, but both are good models. Both are good models. You won't do a ton of work with those. Most of us we're getting this to fill the gaps in the needs of where other tools are either too bulky or too far away to bring. So I believe both are good. It's really hard to make up my mind. I definitely like the Gerber. It's been a very good tool for almost a year, without any marks, without any complaints, anything, still like day one. Very tight. Again, just the design is such that it kind of bends and flexes, but it doesn't mean that it's not sturdy. I mean, you can jump on this and you won't be able to break it. Still, the design with those stupid cuts here, I don't know who thought that this was a good idea. It just doesn't make sense. Feels really unnatural to me. So that's it. And this one costs in Home Depot about $23. This is $40 in Walmart. So I believe this would be gone due to quite a few legalities and legal gimmicks from Leatherman. They're very protective of their brand, so I don't really know. I get them as long as, I'd get them while they're still out there on the market, but I don't expect them to be like huge success on the market. Plus, at $40, people would prefer to give a little bit more and get like the Wave Plus. Although the Wave Plus has really other things that I have no use of. Like, for example, I find this much more useful, phenomenally more useful than an eyeglasses screwdriver. I mean, who does that? Who uses their multi-tool to fix their glasses? No, this is ridiculous. I don't know who thought that this is a good idea, instead of having something like this or another tool, or I don't know. Tell me in the comments, please, because I'm really eager to understand how people think that some tools are really necessary on a high-end model like the Wave or something like that. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye bye.